going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the Kickback. I am your host, Mike.
And it is me, your co-host, Nick, a.k.a. Mag. We got a special guest in the building today. Tell them who you are, man.
It's your boy Payaveli coming back. Must have did a good job because they brought me back for another episode. So let's get it.
Okay. We appreciate you on the first episode as well.
Always.
So, it's a lot going on in the world. Kind of tell me where you at mental health-wise. Matter of fact, scale to 1 to 10, mental health check-in. What you got going?
I'd say probably right about now, probably a strong 8. You feel me? We're in a good spot mentally, family here in the studio today, man. It's just a good vibes. Ain't nothing really too. I've been impacted by nothing negative in a minute, but you kind of always want to stay on your toes just in case. But I feel like I'm in a good spot. Everybody in good health. Just enjoying family. It's a 4-day weekend for me, so
Turn up.
We on the grill Monday. We might bring the camera out for it, but hey, I'm doing good, man.
Okay. Good to hear, Mike, man. We did a mental health check-in with the guests. What you got going?
Man, honestly, man, I think if you had to honestly speak, I'm probably about an 8, man. A lot of good stuff going on, honestly, man. Business is doing well. We out here getting this podcast thing jumping off, got basketball going. Busy as always, but always good, man. How about you, man?
I'm a little lower than you fellas. I got a lot going on. Personally, got some family things going, but you know what I'm saying? Just like the Kickback, we're going to kick it and keep it moving. So that's just what we do. We're going to make it happen, man. So, hey, it is what it is. But so I know, you know what I'm saying, we all sport advocates. We love sports. Y'all been seeing these NBA contracts they giving out?
Well, it's crazy, man.
Man, I'm finna get back out there. I know I got some eligibility somewhere. We can make some happen, man. So what y'all think of, you know what I'm saying, about this money? How you think these players are going to, players in the future going forward, what do you think these contracts going to look like?
Man, they only going up. I mean, the TV revenue still coming in, so the Supermax going to keep going up every year. What contract are y'all most surprised about that y'all done seen in the few days that we've been in the free agent market?
Most surprised about? I don't know if any of them are actually entirely shocking to me.
It ain't even got to be like the money, just like that's the decision you made type of deal.
I'll be honest. I am a huge Bradley Beal fan. I mean, a huge Bradley Beal fan. When I saw him opt out, I just knew he gonna go play for a winner. Like he done sat there in Washington. He done been through the John Wall era. He had the brief stint with Russell Westbrook. Like, he's been loyal to Washington. Now it's time to go chase the ring.
What'd he do? With the kids
sign the Supermax. I get it, but that one kind of hurt.
I think, like, me and you both being Kobe fans and the way that we operate, that shocks me a bit in a way. Because I know, like, we down players for leaving teams and going to chase those rings and go win and not do it the old-fashioned way where they win about something. Bradley Beal, cool, I'm going to stay where I'm at. I'm going to get my money. I'm going to get paid. But yeah, if I win, I win. I'm going to do it on my own terms. I ain't going to go team up with nobody. I ain't got to go X, Y, Z.
I ain't going to lie, though. I feel like if Bradley Beal would have left, like, when nobody said it, because he paid his dues.
I don't know if they're not said anything about it, but we praise individuals for the loyalty that they used to have.
I feel like that works
I'm out
in
here
certain
chasing
markets.
the bag.
It works when it's like convenient
Like,
for what you got going on, though.
Like, Washington just don't strike me as the place to be.
All right, LeBron in Cleveland. He got the same flack. He left Cleveland. It's Cleveland.
I didn't criticize him that much.
But people criticize him.
They did. But that's just when you.
That's because it's his
great,
hometown, though.
When you're that great, man.
Like when the hometown hero leave, man, what we looking forward to?
It's a lose-lose situation.
It
Bradley
is.
Beal lose-lose from the fans' perspective. Obviously, you're not happy with the decision. You'd rather him go somewhere and win. I'm pretty sure he want to win, too.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's like he stayed low. He stayed down. Dame Lillard, we blame Dame. We blaming Dame still for staying in Portland.
He on the cusp for me.
I feel like Dame on the breaking point.
So he definitely on that cusp.
So you think Dame Lillard's on the cusp of that same Bradley Beal?
Yeah,
you need to leave.
I feel like when you are at one of these, smaller markets, right? You get out here, you do everything you can for them. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, the ultimate goal is to get a ring. You aren't practicing, putting in your 10,000 hours, grinding to not achieve the ultimate. Getting paid is cool. You could have been a doctor and got paid. You could have been a lawyer
But
and
it
got
ain't all
paid.
about getting paid. All right, cool.
So then what? They not
What's
playing
what's
to win.
what's the window? He is playing to win. He want to win on his own. Ja Morant, perfect example. He not. You can tell he's not the individual that want to go team up with somebody
Memphis
to go
winning
win
though.
something.
They done turned it around.
But have they won? What that mean?
They like a few pieces away. Like Washington, it's no hope.
Yeah,
it ain't
so
nobody on that
Kuzma?
roster outside of Bill. I mean, Kuzma got his moments.
You
but
can say Washington ain't no hope, but Washington is in a situation where they are obviously stuck with the John Wall situation they had for the longest. That's money that was down the drain. They in the recovery phase. It is what it is. He's staying loyal to him. Like you faulted if you leave. You faulted if you stay. He can go chase your ring with somebody else and still lose. And then it's Bradley Beal not even he not even like that. You know what I mean? Like y'all blaming Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant jumping around, blah blah blah, trying to go get his rings. But like I don't know. Like it's for me, Bradley Beal, his decision to stay and make the money.
Situation different. Like Kevin Durant has had every opportunity to win, and he just keeps fumbling it. Like at this point, I don't even know like what. Like he's asking for a trade for what? Like you was the number one option. You had Kyrie. Y'all both played the full series against the Bucks, and y'all got not the Bucks, but the Celtics, and y'all got swept. Like what else could you want? Like, where are you asking for a trade to go where and get what additional pieces? Y'all had like all the veterans, all the solid players. Only person y'all was missing was Joe Harris.
I think the KD situation a little different, just because with Kevin Durant, I know me personally, when the franchise came out and kind of said we're prepared to lose both, to me that made me feel like what I'm here for.
They ain't talked to that nigga since the season was over.
That's the
what I'm
loyalty.
here
That's
for.
the loyalty thing that we talking about. Though, like
They didn't say we're willing
organization.
to go to the extent to make sure they're happy. They said, we're willing to use both. Okay,
But that's because they listen, bro. Perfect situation, bro. If you keep hitting up a girl and she ain't hitting you back, at some point you're gonna have to push off, and that's what they doing. Like they feel like they got value on it. They gonna try to maximize, spend these boys for picks, and bring them in. That way they can rebuild something new. But
I don't like the comparison because it's a
that
business.
I feel it could be business, but he acting like a bitch. Like honestly, he not answering the phone. He don't want to pick up, and like he ain't talked to them since you ain't talking to your job. These people pay you.
All right, so on the same token, when the organization tell you they're not gonna trade you, but then turn around and trade you, they're doing the same thing.
That's cool, but it's ain't like Kevin Durant has the say so of when he's traded and when he is not traded. Everybody else don't have that. That's just the
Everybody else ain't Kevin
business.
Durant.
I mean that is true, but I feel like with him shutting down after he fumbled the bag in the playoffs and just didn't play like Kevin Durant, like I feel like can he just pouting and doing whatever the hell he doing right now? I feel like that's not a professional manner.
So it's the off season. What communication is he expected to have?
I mean, I'm pretty
It's
sure
not,
they
it's
want
not
to
like it's a contract negotiation year for him.
I get that, but
they
like,
got him locked in for 4. He enjoying his time, bro. You got that swept. So
he enjoying his time.
We see Bron chilling.
Man,
Bron been to the beach. Bron had been at Bronny
the
games.
bus is called Bron. Bron ain't answering. I don't like that. You don't think Bron knew about the Lonnie Walker pickup before Lonnie Walker signed?
I'm just saying those are free agency pickups now.
Hey, Bron,
but everybody ain't Bron.
Malik going to the Kings. We looking at Lonnie. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Like, but Kevin Durant not doing none of that. They probably trying to run shit by him, and he's just not there to help out.
Kyrie won't out. He's letting the franchise handle what the franchise should handle. That's it. That's what I feel like.
Crazy,
I feel like
bro. He not that level employee. Joe Harris can do that. If nobody called Joe Harris,
that's what Bron gets ridiculed for that because he's so involved and so hands on. They call him the GM.
That's true.
Kevin Durant is finding his own niche and avenue. If you ask me, and he just like I'm hands off. Like I spoke. I want Kyrie here, but ultimately I'm letting Kyrie handle that. That's the only thing he came out and really said was I'm letting Kyrie handle his decision. He looking at how they mishandled that.
But then Kyrie said we gonna run it back. Like everything was cool, we gonna run it back. I want to be traded.
I feel
think
like
that
it's the
a lot of that has
franchise.
to a lot to do with what we don't know behind
That
the
is true.
scenes.
That is true.
Was they trying to get KD a deal? Because apparently he's saying we trying to run it back, but also it's rumors out there they trying to go somewhere together. They trying to XYZ. They brothers. They friends. He cool with it, and it's just a lot of rumors out there. You never really know what's going on. So I never really fault a player when they make a decision. That's
boys the most emotionally fragile people in the NBA. I don't even know. I knew it wasn't gonna work, but they on the same level of fumbling the bag.
Fragile?
Yes.
Emotionally fragile.
Or do they just don't care?
They emotionally.
They don't care
fragile.
about what the media gonna say. I'm gonna be
They
famous.
care.
I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Oh,
I'm
they
gonna
care
speak my
because
mind
it
about
gets to them
I don't
and they
think
get
Kyrie
bothered by
care.
it. Kyrie just snapped at Stephen A.
I mean,
Talking about he gonna send his daddy up there and his uncle to come see him.
that's
because
Stephen
he's
A.
human. So the other people don't do that because they ain't them people and they can't
I
get away
get
with
that, but like
The
you
Joe
can't
Harris
say they
can't say
don't
that.
care. But it's Joe Harris
But
not
they,
getting that criticism.
I'm saying you said that the emotional, fragile people in the NBA know that the people that have a voice in the NBA that aren't afraid to speak up because of it. The other people can be hurt by them same comments, but yet, like you said, Joe Harris can't snap back at Stephen A. Smith. He gonna be about the league.
He can, but it won't have the same
His
ramification of
consequences
a
different.
Kyrie.
Right.
But I'm just saying, bro, like them two, like as a GM, I'm cool with moving past them. I'm cool with we have the value. Both of them boys are still in their prime. We can get max value out of it. I just seen Rudy Gobert go for 4 first-round picks and like 7 players. We can get that type of deal where we can rebuild the Brooklyn Nets. How we can keep trying, like Oklahoma City doing when they hoarding all these picks. I feel like the level of bag they fumble is how Oklahoma City fumbled the first time around when they had 3 MVPs on their team and they decided to pay Serge Ibaka instead of Harden, send him to Houston, and the whole organization crumbled after that. But they rebuild with making trades, tanking, getting picks, and things like that. And I think that's what Brooklyn's trying to do now.
So who you think fumbled the bag more, OKC or Brooklyn?
I feel like, honestly, I want to go OKC. I feel like they did everything right. They were supposed to be on like Golden State Warriors level rise. Like they just came off of finals, then the contracts came up, but like they all of them broke up. All of them have MVPs. All of them first ballot Hall of Famers. They drafted into the organization and they let go because they chose to pay Serge Ibaka instead of James Harden. Because I feel like he was probably the glue guy that probably would have kept them together, and it could have worked out, and they could have been more successful going forward. But I don't know. That's a decision they have to.
I don't think there's an answer for who fumbled the bag worse yet, because Brooklyn's in a unique situation where they obviously want players that are going to leave. You don't know what Brooklyn getting back. OKC put themselves in a position, even though they lost some of them players, they had, they got some picks, they got what they needed out of some of them situations. I don't think it's an answer for that yet. If KD go get a haul, they trade KD and they get a haul and they rebuild. They keep Ben Simmons, they build around him, and they still make a playoff team. I don't know if they fumbled anything just yet. So it's really kind of difficult.
I'm thinking Brooklyn. So I feel like with Brooklyn's situation is because they're trading him because he's requesting a trade. So teams now, it kind of lessens his value. Now, not saying he's still not going to get good money or good value out of him, but it lessens his value. Because now if I'm the team trading for Kevin Durant, I know he doesn't want to play for you. Last thing you want is him just sitting there not getting paid.
But from a business perspective, he got 4 years on his deal. No way KD's sitting out 2-3 years, 1 year, whatever the case may be, post Achilles, in his window.
But granted,
They
your
said,
ticket sales,
like his
you
leverage,
got your
he don't got
ticket
the
sales and
leverage.
everything. It's not going to be. You already got to move Kyrie because he'll sit out a year. He will miss out on this year.
I think
I think KD will sit out.
I
feel like he has more power than we give him credit for. Because like if he do decide to sit out like Ben Simmons did, like
I think it's a leverage. I
don't think he got the leverage.
I think with tickets, no one's coming to see
With
them.
a 4-year max deal that just went into effect. Matter of fact, today he don't have the leverage.
I feel like he.
You can sit there for the 4 years of your career and make nothing.
He ain't gonna sit. If he
to.
sits, they gonna get rid of him. He ain't gonna sit for 4. 4 is crazy.
If I'm there for 4 years, if I'm not playing, he not on the court. They can let him sit there and do nothing. He don't have the leverage
can,
yet.
but
They
as a
can,
franchise,
but
you're
you
not
gonna go
gonna
see
do
the
that.
Brooklyn Nets without
He
Kyrie
not sitting.
and
They're
KD?
not paying him. So you talking about the ticket sales? They're not paying him. They're not going to electric checks. Cool. They can go be a lottery pick and get their picks. And they can end up being a lottery pick and rebuild with him sitting there on the bench.
So what if it becomes
He ain't got no
medical, like
leverage.
Ben Simmons was, where Ben Simmons was still
Not
getting
happening.
paid up until a certain point?
Nah.
If he just feel like he say medically, I don't feel like I'm ready to play.
I don't think they're going to let NBA allow that. I don't think the NBA going to allow it with Ben Simmons again next year either. Not in a false
But if he
case.
get a year out of it, then that's a bag.
I don't know. The NBA cleared him to play, and he had to have back surgery immediately after the season. So that's not a good look on their part.
The Ben Simmons situation, I won't speak about what he got going on because it may be legit. Some people feel like it ain't, but I don't think the trend of NBA players doing that is going to fly. He don't have the leverage. In the conversation we have about leverage, he ain't got the leverage.
So since we on about moving on, what do you think is the best landing spot for KD? What like you ain't got to break out the trade and like how to work out mathematically and picks wise, but like if you was KD, what roster you feel like would be the best fit for him to win?
The best fit for him to win is the question. Man, truth be told, you said not to mention the picks, not to mention that.
You
but
can
that's
though. You
important.
can. I didn't know if you want to get
like,
that deep into it. You can.
Without that, I think, realistically speaking, the best shot for him to go somewhere is maybe Phoenix. Maybe. And they had to give up a ton of young talent for him to get there. Talent and picks if they got him. Outside of that, I don't know. I don't see anybody putting together a package to get Kevin Durant with 4 years left on his deal.
Miami.
What's the package?
I feel like, I mean, you got Bam.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to move Bam. Not Nick Stauskas. What's
Hero.
Strauss? Hero. You got Duncan Robinson. You got picks. You got talent down there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
None of that says for me Kevin Durant.
I mean, you're not gonna get what Kevin Durant is.
If I throw you Bam, Hero, and 4 first.
Oh, some first, yeah. So
We talking
boom.
4 first, Bam, Hero, and even I might even throw in Duncan Robinson. You can take both of them.
I got to get rid of that contract.
Yeah, like
the money line up too.
Or I can't think of Buddy
right,
name.
cool.
Number 31. He balled for him this playoffs.
Stouts or something
Strauss
like that.
or something like that. Yeah, like he.
But you mentioned
He shot like
4
44% from the 3.
4 picks and like 3 players.
Yeah.
But you also just mentioned that Brooklyn's the one that fumbled the bag. They get 4 picks and 3 players back for Kevin Durant. That's a different situation.
They in that Oklahoma City situation.
With Ben Simmons and Kyrie Irving still able to do whatever they're doing with that.
I just so if those picks pan out, you see what I'm saying? Like that, I feel like that's the big thing. If those we didn't see Shea turn out, Shea straight. You know what I'm saying? Shea a Hooper. We seen
4 opportunities to do the right thing.
And we didn't
Them 4
see
picks ain't got to be picks. Them 4 picks can be returned to other players. So other interesting thing about that too is obviously if you trade Kevin Durant, you're in a situation where this year we probably not necessarily competing, not for a championship like we was.
right.
You also get that opens up them salary cap situations for people. That you can sign people on top of these picks that you got. You can bring people in that takes advantage of the signing trade. I think with Kevin Durant leaving and them getting his value back, they didn't fumble anything.
But
I do
feel
think
like
they had an opportunity.
You feel like he's getting a lesser value because he's requesting a trade.
They might get a lesser value, but still, if that lesser value for me benefits me somewhere else that next year or two, then I'm all right with that. Like if I get 80% of the value, but I make up 15% of it somewhere else because we maybe get a better pick next year, we upgrade, we maybe a little bit worse, but we still in the playoffs type deal. We still get our ticket sales. I might be all right with that. I'm freeing up salary cap space, whatever the case may be.
So you rocking with the Suns for your pick?
For where he landed?
Yeah.
It had to be Phoenix. As far as my pick.
I just don't see it, man. Phoenix here, they're not giving up D-Book. And
They just signed for the Supermax. He ain't going nowhere.
The Nets said
they
don't
want
moving without D-Book.
Uh,
So I feel like that's kind of
who you thinking for KD landing spot?
I say Miami. I feel like he gonna be alongside Jimmy Butler, and I feel like you were talking about him being emotionally fragile. I feel like
Butler get that boy right.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say get him right, but I feel like
Jimmy
Butler can take a lot of them shots that Kevin Durant. He's still gonna be talked about because he is Kevin Durant.
Behind closed doors, Jimmy Butler gonna get that boy right.
And
none of that.
For trade again.
And he gonna be the catch situation. He gonna want to get out of there. Because if I gotta go with my pick, I feel like a team that'll be really scary with Kevin Durant if the Denver Nuggets. And I feel like they have a piece in Michael Porter Jr. They can move Gordon. They can move. They got plethora of picks. They can move their picks. I feel like with Jamal Murray, Kevin Durant, Jokic, and Bones coming off the bench.
You don't think they want Murray?
They're not going to get Murray. But I feel like they will trade Michael Porter Jr. if healthy. He has to pass the physical, but I feel like man like 24, and basically he's a younger version of KD. He just got to develop and be healthy. But I feel like money wise, it'll line up. I feel like if they got the picks, they willing to throw at it, and I feel like Denver can really make a run, especially if Jamal Murray is healthy, because that's been their only problem.
The asking prices was interesting here because market is huge in all these situations. Like the quarterback market, the quarterback signed for XYZ. You know, obviously, all right, cool. I'm better than him. I want more. Rudy Gobert just went for 4 first-round picks, a pick swap, Patrick Beverly, and a couple other players. Kevin Durant, if I'm Brooklyn, I need a haul. I need the bag.
I mean, they're not going to get it. We all see that Kevin Durant not the player that he used to be. I mean, wow. I feel like he on the down slope. I feel like Tatum and them kind of exposed him a lot in that playoff series. But I feel like if they come at him with a young person like Michael Porter Jr., they get Eric Gordon, somebody who won a dunk contest, they can sell tickets, and they get like 3 or 4 firsts, then like how do you say no to that? Like, what else can someone else offer you?
I don't know what the offer is. I don't know what's available out there, man. Truth be told, I don't know what players got. It's an interesting situation. Obviously, everybody want to go to the Lakers. I'm a Laker fan. I don't see it happening.
I gotta give AD. KD for AD.
I don't know what's going on in the Laker world, man. rough. Speaking of Kevin Durant, would you rather have to stop Kevin Durant 1-on-1, or
whatever you finna say?
Stop Kevin Durant 1-on-1, or go get a bucket on Kawhi Leonard?
All right, hear me out. Is it a ref here?
No ref.
If it's like, if we playing 1-on-1, it's like I gotta respect his call.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna stop him. I'm gonna foul the shit out of him. Then we just gonna argue at that point. But
both a shot in the dark. I'm just gonna put up a 3. I feel like coming out, Kawhi gonna be like,
is it?
Come on,
which Kawhi am I going against?
Healthy.
Healthy. Kawhi who give a damn.
You only get
one shot.
I'm
Do not miss your chance to blow.
He guard me like he do Braun.
I got one in the clip
in your pocket.
I might stop Kevin Durant. No. Hopefully he get lazy on the jump shot or something.
Stop. He going over.
What's the penalty if I don't? Is it a punishment for this?
No punishment. Just pick one. Which you got a better chance to do it?
I feel like I got a better chance of probably scoring on Kawhi. I'm just gonna try to body him. Hopefully, I'm just at that point. Then I feel like Kevin Durant. I can jump. I'm 6'4", 6'5". He's still 4 inches taller than me, so it's still going over the head. I've seen that man get to his spots. But I feel like
that man's a
Kawhi, back to the basket. I try to get him down as low as I can, put one up.
Back to the
We're playing
basket.
one shot.
Yeah, that boy Kawhi, you could argue at the perimeter, but you back him down.
I'm going back from the basket from the jump. So check, like.
I think it's Kevin Durant for me. I mean, it's Kawhi for me. I don't think I could. I don't know if I'm stopping KD before.
He's tall enough.
I can get a bucket.
I trust my offense more.
I can maneuver and stuff and maybe get something off. Get a jump shot off or something like that against Kawhi. I think before I stop Kevin Durant. Another would you rather situation pertaining to sneakers. Okay. All right, you on vacation. Mm-hmm. You only brought one shoe with you. You going to a concert. You brought a nice shoe, suede shoe. You plan on putting on whatever the case may be, black suede. Find out the concert is outdoors in the dirt.
Walmart open?
Walmart's not open. There's no way you can get a pair of shoes, but there is a pair of black Felines laying there on the sideline.
Is it a night concert?
Daytime concert. Everybody can see it. Everybody can see what's on your foot. Which one you rocking?
I don't know, bro. Some people be rocking the fuck out them Felines, though. Yeah, somebody be rocking the Felines, bro. I mean,
forever. I love it.
Rocking the Felines.
The suede's in the mud is crazy.
It's really gonna depend on how much that shoe costs. If it's some heat,
you brought some heat. You playing? You trying to look nice, man.
I'm not, man. Come on.
That's be crazy. Like, y'all be seeing the people that be going to outdoor concerts and like
come back.
and some exclusives,
Yeah.
and that shit come back ruined.
All right, so you going you got the whole fit. You got to lay it top to bottom. You
Come
going
on,
ahead.
man.
I'm
I'm
gonna ride the
going
felines.
listen, boy.
All right, cool. Same
I
situation.
might as well be ludicrous how I'm rocking the
Same
felines,
situation.
because I'm
That
in
same-
Atlanta with it.
That same shoe you brought, you plan on rocking. Same concert, same everything.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of a feline, it's a pair of fakes.
Oh,
You know they fake. They
It's
might
an
be
obvious
a
fake or reps? It's a rep shoe or it's an
That's a
obvious
good
fake?
question. That's a good question.
I don't need the Jordan.
It's
Supposed to be
obvious.
Dunking, but
It's
he's
obvious to you.
roller. He's obvious.
It's obvious to you.
I don't give a fuck if it's obvious to me. It's obvious to the next person. Like if you looked at my shoe, like, wait a minute.
It ain't like the what are those? It ain't the it's a pair of fakes. See,
I wear.
We just gonna have to get our shit clean professionally.
Yeah,
man.
I'm worried.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I
Can
might.
you imagine the soul coming off your shit in the middle of that concert, boy? That's I just nah.
Man, I think I'm. That's tough. I don't know if I could put on a pair of fakes to go.
I wear them.
I don't know. I'm in between not going to the concert no more.
You got to hit your little Dougie, you feel me? And the whole thing, come on.
The way
You
the
already said they go
the way
through
the
wear and
outside
tear.
concert, man, it needs to be shoulder to shoulder and everything. Ain't nobody gonna see. You just gotta make it through the gate. After that, once I'm leaving, I ain't gonna believe how damn I lost my shoes.
I don't know if I can throw them on, man.
I'm in my socks.
I might got a little too much pride.
Come on, bro. That's the
feet, man.
best
I
concert.
might go barefoot. If that's an option.
Barefoot, but you at hippie level stages, but that's different.
All right, cool. I think I figured it out. I'm
Boosie
going to the
performed in his
concert.
socks, didn't he? Didn't
I'm
Boosie
going to the
perform in
concert,
his
whatever
socks?
I brought, and I'm just stationary, man. I'm enjoying myself, but I ain't doing too much. Yeah, kickback.
What man saying hits? I'm one of these over there.
Yeah, watch out, boy.
One of these over there.
Respect you.
Cool. I think there's another would you rather, man. It's obviously it's a little bit separate than the sneaker situation here. Would you rather, fight a chicken every day for the rest of your life and fight a lion once a year?
Imagine fighting a chicken every time you get into your car. So every time you get into your a car, we'll just say a car, or fighting a lion once a year.
Is this a question?
Yeah.
I'm fighting a fucking chicken.
It's people out there
Listen.
really picking that line,
Listen,
man. Like
man. You talking
you
about a
never
line that like is it? I know when he coming or it's random.
Nah, random.
Man, you listen. What preparation could I do to be prepared for
That's
that?
what
Bro?
I said. I agree, but that's
Is
Picture you
this
brush
like a Peter Griffin Family Guy side chicken?
Or is it just a
like
regular
a-
chicken?
is it
Look,
regular?
I
So
ain't-
we got
I'm
dinner.
just-
I win. I
Because
got
that's
dinner.
what I'm thinking. Like we eat chicken every day.
I'm fighting a chicken. Hey, lion got claws, fangs.
Bro,
I'm taking the chicken, bro.
all I'm saying is, bro, you
I'm opening me a
out of
KFC.
bed, you
a
walk past the
chicken
window
spot.
and you just see a lion. Look, think about in the park. Well, you got a lion sitting on the side,
Just chilling.
and at that point, you know, when you come out the door,
That's
this is finna be the fight of my life.
That's great.
That's like the one I seen. It was one on TikTok with like, would you rather fight a great wolf or fight a gorilla with 3 friends? And the dude was honestly saying like, we'll gang that gorilla. Well, that gorilla is
gonna tear
going
you
to
up,
mash him.
Ain't
Take
no
two
way,
heads
boy.
and collide them together.
what?
boy.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
boy.
there's
That great
explanations.
wolf though. I mean,
Listen, none of them are easy fights, but I'm letting you know that to fight a gorilla, like we was talking about that one day in the party, like how many people you think can beat a gorilla barehanded, and we couldn't come up with a number.
it's got to be 60 plus.
It gotta be because I'm telling you, like,
Anything
boy,
below
he's-
60.
listen,
That
the
boy
motivation
going straight
that-
through them first.
He gonna hit the first 5, and the next 15 gonna be like hell,
Bruh, because this was gonna
Ain't gonna
happen,
want
bro.
no parts.
That first person is gonna get made an example out of, bro. And at that point, us watching it have to realize that I'm out. He won. Like you have to be on another level of Attack on Titan crazy when they charged at the big gorilla when he throwing the rocks. Like you have to be like somebody has to get a greatest pep talk of all time. They gonna have to have Ray Lewis. What's the
Tim
old boy
Tebow.
name? Icky Johnson, Tim Tebow halftime in there
UFC
too.
fighters.
Man,
get
I
down
don't
to
even think
it,
the UFC. Listen, did they cloning Francis Ngannou? Because if we got 60 Francis Ngannou's, maybe we got a chance. But you're not finna tell me I'm picking Francis Ngannou and some other people in the division Like some people just ain't got that
I
punching
think
power.
you gotta have some intelligent people in the fight, man. You gotta have
Bruh,
somebody
you
out there
gotta
that's gonna put the
have-
plan
Had
together.
some L's and some
Yeah.
lights in there, boy.
Man, you really gotta have some people in there that's just gonna run through this wall. Because at that point, that's all it's gonna be. Because you gotta have people that's gonna run through the wall and people who not gonna be scared
Man,
after
it's a
seeing
lose-
what
it's
happens
a
when you hit that
lose-lose,
wall.
man. I think it's a lose-lose with that gorilla.
So that kind of got me thinking, though. You had mentioned, the Attack on Titan.
Mhm.
How do you feel about anime and black culture and kind of seeing that blossom and become more of a norm over the last 5-6 years? I'd say.
I feel like it's more of a welcome space now. I feel like with popular black content creators coming out, showing that it's okay to like anime. You see, I got my Vegeta pendant on my hat. I try to keep something anime related. I feel like it's more embraced. You're not, because at first when people like you watch anime, they instantly think of the little kid in high school with the book bag, Naruto running down the hall, and like that ain't the case. Like you can, relate to the stories. They got great background stories, great storytelling, great animations. Like I feel like with the black creators taking it a step further and making conventions where it's accepted, where you come out, be yourself and enjoy yourself with other people. Like it's a really, like how we talk about safe space. I feel like it's a safe space. Like the anime community, I've never heard somebody to get dissed for liking something and some person didn't. Now, the biggest argument that you're going to get in the anime community is if you watch sub or you watch dub. Outside of that, I've never heard any bashing. Like, I done heard people telling me my show suck, and I heard other person say his show suck, but then at that point, now they talking about, well, my show got this, and it's more like a debate trying to turn people around. And it's a very welcoming community. A lot of people think it's weird, which I don't understand. I mean, everything that goes on TV now is fake and scripted, so it's just basically you watching something where a studio is taking the time out, creating a story, animating the story. It's something you can just follow along with. People really invest in characters and can see themselves in it with the stories they go through and the trial. So the anime community in the black culture, I'm glad to see that it's starting to turn and people are more accepting of it.
I think that comes just along with just people being more accepting in general. It's a different world than what we grew up in with social media. Like you said, obviously, anime is more accepted now. People are more accepted for who are they, their role is, however they want to operate. I think a lot of that comes down to it. Like I said, people used to watch anime back in the day. Like whether they was cool, popular, not popular, whether they said it or not, they was watching. They was watching Dragon Ball Z at the crib when they got home. They know they was watching it, but like I said, it's more accepted now. That people are more accepted for who they are.
I see that because I feel like with animes at this point, like I don't even it don't even have to be action related with me. Like I'm watching strictly off storytelling and pretty much like whatever studio's animating. Because I used to draw back in the day. I don't as much now, but I enjoy seeing how people animate these manga books and people like, bro, it'd be like really 4K screens that people like, you watching cartoons, but this is movie level stuff we watching here. Like some of these hand-to-hand fights be outrageous. Like it's nothing. Like they beating some of the Marvel scenes with the hand-to-hand fights, just fights, massive scale battles and things like that. So I don't know. Like I said, I watch stuff that it be cooking animes. That should be fire. I done seen sports animes, which is crazy. I watch one of my favorite animes. It's not even an action thing. It's just a story about a high school kid and basically like he bullied this girl, and he basically spent the whole movie trying to basically win a friendship with her. And even to the point where the girl tries to commit suicide at the end, and he saved her and ended up getting hurt in the process. Like, bro, it's just a dope thing to watch. I enjoy it. I'd rather watch that than
Top three.
Love and Hip Hop.
Give me top three anime right now for you.
Right now or all time? Or both.
That you can go home and get some people that maybe I want to get to this anime thing. Give them 3 to watch. Your picks.
3 to watch. Definitely Death Note. I feel like Death Note,
One of my favorites.
definitely one of them. I'm trying to think of them short ones that because people, you got to grab them early. Death Note's definitely one. My Hero is one. If you like the superhero genre, so My Hero is definitely one. I like Hunter x Hunter. I feel like Hunter x Hunter is a good one. If you like the vintage ones, I like Cowboy Bebop. I feel like that's a good one. I like black animes as well, where for some reason in Japanese cultures, all of us have blonde hair, but I like the ones that just have regular African Americans in them, and they kind of represent how we actually look instead of all of us having blonde hair. But it'd be a bunch of random ones. Like Netflix has a bunch that if you just click on, it kind of just
All the category.
go to
So
category.
I got a question.
Top three for me right now. It's probably Demon Slayer number one. You talked about the artistry. I mean, it's like
Fire.
it looks great. Number two, you talked about bringing people in and hooking them from the get go. I think Demon Slayer does a good job of that. Attack on Titan does that as well. Attack on Titan's a pretty good one. Number three for me is tough, man. I think I gotta go with a favorite. It's between Dragon Ball Z and Naruto. They gotta be in the top three if you can introduce.
I feel like if somebody definitely want to watch storytelling, Naruto does it perfectly. Dragon Ball Z is another one. If you really want to commit to something and kind of watch a journey, One Piece. I know people be like, man, that shit over 1,000 episodes, but I don't watch all of them. I'm telling you, like, I'm week to week with this shit, and like it just keeps getting better. Like I'm at the point now that I can't wait for them to find this damn One Piece because I done spent so much time and done seen what they done went through, how the people came in, their background stories. Like it's really done perfectly. You have to give it time.
Okay. I'm still kind of new to the anime realm, so I've seen a few. Death Note, that one definitely hit home. I'm a witty person, so I felt like that battle of wits back and forth of trying to figure out what's going on. Definitely, it captured me. I like Seven Deadly Sins, man.
Fire.
Seven Deadly Sins just took me from him being a good guy to being a bad guy to back to being a good guy, almost with Meliodas. So I kind of definitely tapped in with that one. Naruto, I haven't seen all of it. I'm like deep Shippuden, you know what I'm saying? So I haven't got through the whole story. But the storytelling is just, I agree, it's crazy, and I think that is kind of, it's almost like, how like our grandparents and parents used to watch soaps, and they did it because they were invested in the characters. It wasn't necessarily the main character that they always fell in love with, but it was somebody on that show that's the way I kind of feel about anime. That's the way it hits and captures. For me, it's like, it may not be the main, character, but there's somebody there that I can relate to, and just seeing that they get to have a journey as well as typically the main characters. And most anime, it's not just a introduction of who they are and then they're there for 2 episodes and gone. They do filler where they got small episodes of them going on missions. So if I had to give the 3, those would probably be my 3 to watch as someone, being fairly new into anime. So,
because what we was talking about the other day, and I brought it up, like I feel like Naruto is probably one of the greatest, not just anime but like TV shows ever, just because of the underlying aspect of it. Of it basically tells the story at a linear point from both perspectives. Yeah. So I get to see what it looked like with Naruto. If he turned his back against the Leaf, how they treated him, and the situation that they have, and I had to see a character that goes along with if Sasuke stayed in the village and kind of overcame his hatred of his brother. At that point, play out at the same time, because really and truly, if you look at it from a point, like I'm telling people sometimes that Naruto can basically be really Kakashi's story, because a lot of the stuff that happened, people don't know, is because of Kakashi with reading the mangas and things like that. But just reading the manga and things like that, but how he, like, Kakashi going to go see Minato Sensei, and Kakashi's going to see Ring Grave telling her about Minato Sensei finna have a baby. That's how Obito knew when to tag and stuff like that. Yeah, spoiler alerts, I mean, the show stopped a long time ago, so if you ain't watched this on you, but at the same time,
the new folks though, the new folks that we try.
You're right. But yeah, bro, it's just stories like that, like just the the small details that they always kind of revert back to things. Not to get too heavy in the spoilers, but I feel like Naruto does a great job of tying everything together. It'd be stuff like episode 800 where I'm like, damn, they did bring it up in 31 when we was at the tuning exams type thing. So it's just that part of it. I just feel like that can hold its own.
Ends untied.
Yeah, they did everything.
Back around. I agree. So I was reading this article the other day, and it kind of made a correlation to, speaking of anime again and black culture, between like music and a lot of like musicians. Now I ain't gonna say musicians, but we'll say artists, and they're like for anime. So like we know like the Meg the Stallions and stuff like that. So it was interesting because it mentioned the storytelling, and that's kind of like what music is. Most music is telling you a story.
Good music.
Yeah, good music, right. It's telling you a story. And it just had me thinking, like, I never thought about it like that. Like, that is literally, like, the entertainment. Like, when you watch highlights, even in sports, it's telling a story. If Brian go for 51 and it's showing you, he gave a post spin here, fast break windmill here, clutch three it's literally telling a story. And I think, took the time or really realized, like, how much entertainment itself is just storytelling.
Yeah, I feel like that about a lot of, like, television in general, because I'm an avid wrestling fan. I watch wrestling whenever I can. I watch the pay-per-views to kind of keep up with it. But the storytelling in it, I understand it's scripted and it's fake. Spoilers if people didn't know that. But, like, the storytelling on it, like, to you to see, like, a person that's coming in and they're deciding to make what they call a babyface is the good guy and the heel to be the bad guy, and you to see if they do it properly and they build up the good guy to finally overtake the bad guy, that shit is like the best shit ever, and it's just an ultimate payoff at the biggest show, and it's just like it's like if you invest in the storytelling of it and the characters and things like that, like it becomes much better and enjoyable to watch than like, all right, bro, that shit fake. I mean,
it's crazy because one of my favorite movies is Lion King, and I sit back and think about it. That's literally what happens. We watch Scar kill Mufasa, blame it on Simba. Simba run off, but Simba coming back and
that training arc. You feel?
Yeah, like he overcame the negatives that he had planted in his mind that it was his fault. You know what I'm saying? And he could never be the king his dad was because of that. And really, just that triumph, that's what captures us. And it's like, in the world we live in today, we all want to win. You know what I'm saying? We all want, I ain't going to say all, most of us want to win. You got some people who are going to try to be those obstacles and keep you from obtaining your goal. But you really got to stay, locked in. Yeah, so that's why, as we mentioned earlier, mental health is important. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are avenues and places out there if you need help. But just making sure you overcome what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, that triumph, that sigh of relief once you get to, where you're trying to go, it's just unmatched.
You say everybody want to win. So speaking of winning, Madden, Pay versus Mag right now, who winning?
It's
taking me.
That's me all day.
The competitor.
He gonna say it's him, but
What's the record?
Me. I'm taking me.
I know y'all know.
And this year or just in general?
Madden 22. What's the record?
I feel like it's closer than it's definitely closer than it has been.
Yeah. I feel
say
like it's like
by a group, it's got a lot closer because I used to just beat the legs off y'all, but at this point,
I don't know if I appreciate that.
I feel like now we at a point where like we got a nice 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Like
kind of speaking of, I know you played a friend of a friend the other day in a Madden game. And watching that game, I was kind of like, dang, I saw what I had grown as a player. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was kind of like refreshing. Like, I remember I used to watch certain people and be like, dang, he
unbeatable.
He nice. He tough with it. And it's like, oh, like as I sit and watch, even with streaming, as we all stream, you know what I'm saying, watch streamers because we're, content creators in ourselves. I'm looking at them and I'm like, oh, I know what's going on here.
Everybody
boom,
run the same thing.
Watch the wheel. Okay, boom, watch the car. And it's like subconsciously, just from playing, I'm learning those things. The person who never played football and never really, I enjoy watching football, but never really took the time to learn the details. You know what I'm saying? And what's going on in football. It's like madness naturally making me learn. Okay, boom, I know what's coming here. Okay, boom. Oh, it's crazy to watch. It is really crazy to watch. So, madness crazy, man. Like,
Yeah,
I, don't wanna say,
23 around the
I still don't
corner.
appreciate him saying he beat
Yeah,
the
the
legs.
legs is crazy.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro.
I'll be that because a few years ago, I literally only played Madden if he asked, and it was tragic. I was running one play, and it was that one play all game. It was verticals.
It's to the point now.
So
like, I know we talked about Naruto a little bit. Like Kakashi, like I joke, like this Team 7, and it's the training arc.
Team 7
You
is
feel me?
crazy.
I got my book. I had my book at first. We reading the makeout tactics. Now, I'm double sharp. I got to put the shower guard out now. Like it ain't just as an easy
out,
cakewalk, bro. And I appreciate it, y'all. Definitely hung in there. I know a lot
Iron
of
sharpens
times.
iron for sure.
You feel me? I feel like a lot of people.
that's in life, though. That kind of relates back to the KD
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler thing. That's why I feel like that's a great pairing because I feel like Jimmy has a toughness about him that's just like I want to say you can't teach because a lot of it comes from
His
upbringing,
competitive nature up
but
there
it
with Mike
rubs
and
off.
Kobe.
So it's not a taught thing, but it can rub off. Now you're not gonna be able to mimic it. You're not gonna find it. You kind
can't
of
fake it
born
either.
with it.
What you saying was
or
what
you
Rose?
don't.
He's rubbing off on other people, or something's rubbed off on him.
I think he's rubbing off on other people as far as toughness. It's like he one of those people like he gonna rub off on you, or you just gonna hate him. Like there's really no no in between. He either gonna like dang, okay because that's the way I am. Like if I'm chill, I'm chilling, but if it gets to a situation where I feel like okay, it's a competitive environment. Oh, you getting the best of me. We could be playing tic-tac-toe, chess.
What he say with
checkers.
Minnesota? I ain't running with the starters. Give me the second
Yeah,
string.
like
I'm winning.
That's
You
my
feel me?
competitive nature. So,
My
man,
mentality.
yeah, Jimmy, he up there in my book. I respect.
With the Madden topic, like, how would you describe your gameplay for the people watching on the Madden? So, like, you're an offensive player, defensive player, balance, and like, what do you feel like you need to do to take the next step in the process of just elevating your game?
I think the offense defense is tough because the way Madden's set up. I don't know if you can really entirely be a defensive player. You can try to trick somebody into throwing you a pick or whatnot, but the offense so heavy on there. I don't know if I have an answer. Hopefully next year that'll be a little bit different. They say the game's supposed to change around a little bit. You got to be a little bit more strategic in what you're doing in the past and a little bit different. I ain't had a chance to play the beta yet, but the next level in Madden, I don't know. Like I said, you was talking earlier about watching streamers do XYZ and play the game and think I can do that. But like I said, it's another level on top of another level. I was playing with one great user the other day, and
What do y'all
he
think?
put it on me, man.
What do y'all think that needs to happen for the game to improve, in y'all opinion, in y'all time playing?
Madden
Yeah.
in general?
I feel like that's tough because any response I give is kind of be biased. The wheel route this year was darn near unstoppable.
Yeah.
And if you have a good quarterback who can make that 3-rec move or that user move by sending another route, even if the 3-rec bites and then comes back on it, that millisecond that it's open, if he hits it in that window,
Just always gonna be that window.
I can remain and literally just that little loop he comes, if he throws it right at the line of scrimmage, my corner don't play it. So I think defense they can definitely work on. And to answer your other question, I feel like I'm a defensive player. Offensively, it comes and goes. It works for certain people. I'm kind of systematic offensively. But if I can muster up a stop and continue to stop you, I'm gonna eventually get into the red zone. But if I don't get stops, then I struggle that game. And which is kind of anybody, but my offense isn't potent enough where I can go and be in shootouts. I got to get stops early. I got to demoralize you, or I got to make your gameplay feel uncomfortable. I got to get you in a point where you're not in your zone. You having to take deep shots downfield because you're down 17 in the third. You know what I'm saying? Where you like, okay, I got time, but it's also 17. That's 3 possessions. I can't just get down here, run it, hand it off, run it, chew some clock. Play action and beat them over top. And I know you passing. So I would say, as best as possible, a defensive player.
Okay. For myself, I think definitely I am a defensive player. Like I enjoy the stop because people be like if you know how Madden is now, like it's almost impossible to stop somebody. Well, you can figure it out and really stop somebody. Where the reaction that you get and with messages and people on stream is boy, they be hot.
Messages be wild.
But messages be crazy. But I would say like what I need to do to improve, really is just playing more winning football. I lose a lot of games because, especially streaming wise, like I lose a lot of games with trying to make the stream entertainment. So I'm trying to do the one play touchdowns all the time, big plays, just trying to have big things happen, grab clips for TikTok and stuff like that. And really, I need to just work on more winning football, just taking points, running the ball more, controlling the clock, things of that nature. It's not the most exciting gameplay, but I feel like if I really want to be in the competitive scene and kind of compete for some of this money they're giving out, because them boys giving out some money.
Bag after bag.
Get to that money, and I just feel like I needs to take it more serious and kind of lock in. And if it ain't the most entertaining gameplay, cool, but kind of just play more winning football. Like we talked about the other day. Like, damn, bro, you don't never make that read against me because I'm usually trying to throw the bomb. But I done played you so many times, I know that ain't gonna work. So I check down. I be checked down Willie all the way down the field, and that make people uncomfortable too. But I just feel like I got to get back to that and just focus on winning and getting my points when I can because. Fourth and inside the 20, I'm going for it, and I don't know why. And I just need to kick the three.
Understood. Yeah. Man, I definitely, appreciate you coming on. Before we go, man, what you got on foot today? We said we're gonna be doing, on foot. You can kind of tell them what you rocking today, man.
I got the Jordan 1, blue Fearless.
Okay.
I said last time I like the colorful kick, so. I'm going with the Boys in the Hood shirt. Ice Cube, one of my top 5 favorite rappers. So, bro, got the Boys in the Hood shirt with the Fearless. Have a little pizzazz on feet. So, that's what I'm rocking today on feet.
Bet. All right. Again, guys, we would definitely appreciate you for coming through. Another episode of the Kickback. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you like, what you dislike, man. We're here. We want to know what you guys want to hear, man. And we probably gonna do a different special guest next time. Then again, you never know. It might be the same person. So
I'm here if they need me. Let me know.
Stay kicking it, y'all.